Hey man, what's good YouTube, and welcome back to another episode. Hey, we're gonna be looking at craziest police chases caught on camera. This shit came across my timeline, like okay, I'm gonna look at this because it's in the same category of Trend Central from the channel that I've been looking at. So I'm like, why not look at this stuff? I've been seeing some interesting stuff, so I'm gonna give it a chance. You know, since I'm beginning this YouTube and taking it serious, it's like I've been looking at different things to see what catch my attention, what catch your attention, and all that stuff. So I see y'all like the scary stuff. I see y'all like, you know, celebrity drama. Of course everybody likes celebrity drama, but I'm still exploring and all that stuff. Y'all gotta let me know in the comments of what y'all like and all that stuff, so we could get it, we could get indulged into a lot of other stuff, you know. And let me know what I don't know, so I can get indulged in it too. I might like it, I might not like it, but hey, just throw it out there. I might check it out. But let's before we get into the video, please like the video. Please help the channel grow. I'm almost at 200 subscribers, and I'm trying to get to my first 1,000 subscribers like real soon, before the year is over. But comment whatever you want me to look at next, and share with friends and all that stuff, because I'm trying to get big out here. You know, I'm trying to get out here. But we gonna get to the video. Let me like the video first before we start, because you already know the motto. I don't gotta say it.
These are the craziest police chases ever, and it doesn't get any more GTA than this. His choice of ride has all the fun of a high-speed car chase without the high speed. But when you're wanted by the police, you do what you gotta do. That includes stealing a golf cart and leading police on an infuriatingly slow chase through the streets of Los Angeles. While the suspect looked like he was having a great time, his four-legged passenger, not so much. It didn't take long for the police to box him into a gas station parking lot, bringing the sub-speed limit felony to a slow-mo ending.
You gotta be on that heroin.
When police leave their cars unattended to deal with speeding drivers, opportunistic thieves make their move.
Looks like somebody just stole my vehicle.
This joyrider jumped behind the wheel of a cop car and sped off without the officer even reacting.
He didn't even
realize the radio's still on. It's like the thief had a narrator to his own car chase. Is that him laughing? Anyway, when the adrenaline finally wore off and he realized he was driving a freaking cop car, he lost his nerve and bailed on foot, eventually trying out a new hiding spot.
Why didn't you stay in there?
If you're getting chased through the streets of LA by a dozen cop cars, people would usually assume you're a criminal. But these guys just wanted to give back to their community. Or at least, that's the story they're sticking to.
Throwing more money out of the car. Whoa, look at that.
After robbing a downtown bank and speeding off in a black SUV, these brazen philanthropists drove through the city's suburbs, throwing handfuls of cash out the window.
In the suburbs,
though? It's not entirely clear if they were trying to spread the wealth with their neighborhood or trying to create a distraction big enough to make their getaway. I'm pretty sure they made some locals very happy. This high-speed chase is gonna end in the weirdest way possible.
Gotta be all
and
hundreds.
I'm not talking about the takedown. That was actually a pretty sweet pit maneuver, if I say so myself. It's what happens next, which has everyone scratching their heads. After surrendering to the police and exiting the car with his hands up, this guy decides the next best option is to start breakdancing.
Oh, okay.
Fuck him up. Fuck him up before you go in. Fuck him up before you go in.
Maybe he thinks a solid windmill will make the officers rethink the charges? Or maybe bro thinks it's a new round and he's back in the Fortnite lobby. Either way, they'll have to go easy on him. They did tell him to get down, after all. What did they expect?
He just wanted a performance, that's all.
What happens when you end up chasing a real-life comic book villain? A scenario which is just as crazy as their on-screen counterpart. When police began pursuing a black sedan through the streets of Santa Monica, little did they know that the passenger was dressed as the Joker. The infamous DC villain taunted the police from the vehicle's sunroof before making a run towards the beach. Maybe he was hoping to go for a swim or disappear into the crowd, but not before he stopped and helped bury and high-five a stranger. Next thing he knew, he was surrounded by cops and 1,000 onlookers.
Damn.
Come on, guys. Why so serious? This officer had to check the manual when he spotted a horse and cart traveling with the driver passed out drunk behind the reins.
Hey! Wake up!
I know there's laws against drunk driving, but this is technically an Amish Uber. Obviously, an unconscious driver is an accident waiting to happen,
driving
so the police
drunk.
decided to block the road ahead.
He driving drunk, with the fucking horse. That's crazy. Man, I wonder how that's like. I wonder, like, are you that drunk and you steer the horse into? Is the horse gonna go, or the horse gonna have common sense? Like, I'm not going in that ditch. I don't care if you do steer me in there, or is the horse gonna still do it because I'ma listen because he told me to? I don't think horses that crazy.
After just a quick collision, the poor kid had reckless driving added to his charge of DUI.
Oh, he a
Quick question,
kid.
though, can you still call AAA if your horse breaks down? When you're already facing time for reckless driving and eluding the police, why not make the most of the chaos and live stream it? Wilfredo Garcia decided to capitalize on his 15 minutes of fame by going live on his ATV with the police hot in pursuit. Was it worth it?
No, because you
his
on camera,
eagerness
bro.
for likes caught the attention of detectives who, after a quick scroll through Instagram, were able to add a few more felonies to his list.
Come on, man. That's why I'm like, don't record me.
Everyone gets a guilty conscience
record me
from
doing
time to
that.
time, but this guy is the absolute king of telling on himself. When this red car got pulled over for speeding, the guy in the passenger seat suddenly felt all eyes on him.
Thank you for telling me who you are this time. Last time you didn't.
Oh, that was you?
That was me. Why is he running? He doesn't even have a warrant.
Even though he wasn't the one being interrogated, he suddenly got the urge to bail and run for his life. Our paranoid shirtless friend Roberts obviously had a reason to run.
You know what I was going to do? I was going to have you drive her car. Because you got a valid license, bro.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
And when cops finally caught up to him, he got a possession charge for his troubles.
Bet that's meth, ain't it?
Sir.
How stupid. Dude, I was going to let you drive the car.
He want to go ahead and run.
Couch.
How?
Yeah, hold on. That whole time his dumb ass want to run. Like, you gotta stay cool, man. Don't get so panicky until it actually about to happen. As I'm about to happen, don't panic, man. Always stay cool. I don't care if you do got it on you. Like, if it's not a serious situation, don't make it a serious situation. You gonna start running. No.
How fast is too
You on the passenger side. They don't give a fuck about you. They only care about the driver.
fast for a scooter? These police
times.
officers had to do a double take at their speedometer when they clocked an e-scooter at more than 62 miles an hour down a busy Australian freeway.
All right, what's
When
wrong with that?
challenged, the scooter rider decided to run for it, diverting into a bike lane to escape.
Wait, what?
Fast.
Drive the car.
But what's wrong with it? Hold on.
How fast is too fast for a scooter? These police officers had to do a double take at their speedometer when they clocked an e-scooter at more than 62 miles an hour down a busy Australian freeway.
But he not bothering nobody. He's on the side of the road going 60 miles per hour. Why you pulling him over? Why you pulling him over for? Because he going too fast on the scooter? You on the highway, you supposed to go 60 fucking
When
miles per hour.
challenged, the scooter rider decided to run for it, diverting into a bike lane to escape. His excuse for the erratic driving? He was late to his job. I guess you gotta admire his
That's
work
erratic
ethic.
driving?
From the dash cam footage, this just looks like your average white sedan.
So how fast can you drive in Australia? I'm confused.
And cruising through the suburbs. This car wasn't speeding, it didn't cross over into oncoming lanes, so what's the problem?
I hate that
after a
car.
long joyride
Somebody stole
through the
that junk.
neighborhood, the vehicle finally stopped, and officers were absolutely
Oh, look at the little
dumbfounded
kid.
by who was behind the wheel.
And before driving back home, this is what it looked like when he got into the driveway. They'll never find me under the bed.
How do you stop a vehicle that can literally drive over a cop car? Answer: you wait till it runs out of gas. When Joshua Yabbitt was looking for a ride home, he chose an M577 armored personnel carrier and drove it straight out of the gates of Fort Pickett. Police could really only follow from a safe distance as the literal tank ripped through the streets of Virginia on a high-speed joyride. Eventually, the rampage came to an end with Joshua arrested for driving a tank under the influence. What's the best way to pick up a country girl? A tractor. At least that's what this guy thought when leading the police on a low-speed chase through the sticks. As it turns out, tractors seem to be a quite popular getaway vehicle, although you aren't losing the cops anytime soon. After being pulled over and told to stand with his hands by his sides, the officer returned to his car to write him a ticket. Leaving the suspect without handcuffs was the officer's first mistake. His second was not paying attention. In a blink of an eye, he was off. And so was the chasing officer, only for the suspect to double back for a heroic escape. And while he didn't make it
got out
to the
of
car,
here.
I'm sure this cop will be more careful next time. They say that senior citizens are a liability on the road, and this very sweet grandma is no exception. But instead of peering over the steering wheel of a 1960s Volvo, this grandma was behind the wheel of a mobility scooter. It was clear to everyone that she might be a little lost, but despite the offer of help from a police officer, she was determined to find her way home herself. Now only if she could remember the address.
She got Alzheimer's.
This police chase isn't your average felony pursuit. The fugitive in question stole a police car and was being pursued down a
If you don't press on the gas on that police car,
and a canine unit. They were eventually able to pull the pit maneuver on the fleeing vehicle. But here's where it gets interesting. What should have been a fairly standard takedown and arrest took a hilarious turn as the officers closed in. Despite the attention of more than a dozen officers and a police dog, the criminal was able to escape by stealing another police car. Someone should really remember to take the keys out of the ignition.
Really?
It turns out that you don't have to be a criminal to have beef with the police. This officer turned up to investigate a report of a cow on the sports field, and instantly the stakes were raised. But tuning his inner cowboy, the police officer eventually was able to corral the belligerent bovine into a fenced enclosure. If only that solution worked. You know that saying, charging like a bull at a gate? It works for cows.
Oh no, man.
Drink driving laws state that you can't be in control of a vehicle while under the influence. Apparently that also applies to motorized suitcases as well.
Chelsea, look at me. Chelsea, look at me. Chelsea, look at me.
I don't think she
When
she
this
on
woman
drugs.
tried to board a plane in Orlando, she was refused on the basis of her intoxication. The resulting altercation led to a short pursuit through the terminal and Chelsea's eventual arrest.
Chelsea, you're under arrest for transparent back.
I picked the software engineering program because they pay very well. It's a fast-paced industry.
Shut up. No, it's not.
Me to keep my
Back now. Chelsea, you're under arrest for transparent back now. Do not resist. Do not resist.
The result of her charge? A $300 fine, and she's not allowed to operate a suitcase for 6 months.
We're gonna go in the car nice and easy.
Can't operate a suitcase for 6 months,
Why
really?
is a police car chase not a police car chase? When the fugitive does donuts instead of trying to get away. This guy doesn't seem to care that he doesn't have a four-wheel drive. He's found his home in the sand, leaving the police in the dust. Eventually, his cockiness gets the better of him, and this car chase comes to a crashing conclusion. Not all police chases are adrenaline-filled, white-knuckle rampages.
Who's that
Sometimes
driving?
you get a pursuit that even a snail would have a fighting chance in. For more than 2 hours, police followed the suspect from their patrol cars, even though they probably could have gotten out and walked faster. Why this chase never got above 30 miles an hour, we'll never know. But at least he doesn't have a speeding charge added to his rap sheet.
Why? What is he doing?
What do you do when you run out of gas and need to get somewhere in a hurry? How about load up your saddle and head down the freeway on horseback? That's exactly what Adams Hollingsworth did on Chicago's I-94. Flanked by more than a dozen cops, the colorful cowboy and his ride broke into gallop for several miles before finally coming to his senses. When asked why he didn't pull over straight away, he had only one answer. The key to any good escape plan is knowing where all exits are. This guy had the right idea.
Oh, he's going to try to jump out the window. It didn't work.
While his plans might have gone out the window, he certainly didn't. They say the best place to hide is right in plain sight. And what a better way to
break all your
test this theory
bones. He
than
probably
right
way
in
up
the
in
middle
there.
of a police pursuit, hiding in between a parked car and a fence. This fugitive couldn't believe his luck when the cops walked straight past him, completely oblivious to the fact he was just a few feet away. Reporters and news helicopters circling above desperately tried to make contact with the dumbfounded police on the ground. Even after the tip-off, it was a miracle they actually found him.
What?
They haven't seen him yet. This is unbelievable. There we go. Oh my gosh.
This police chase started out like any other, swerving in and out of lanes, narrowly missing other cars. This was a criminal with zero intention of stopping. But even as police retreated to a safe following distance, life was about to throw this suspect a curveball. Instead of giving up to the cops who were closing in, this man saw his chance and made the ultimate escape. Something tells me he doesn't have a ticket though. Sometimes even innocent people get dragged into high-speed pursuits, like the passengers of this limo, the driver of which is on a suspended license and running from the cops. Reaching speeds in excess of 150 miles an hour, the strain was eventually too much for the luxury stretch vehicle, with the transmission giving out in a puff of smoke. Unable to continue driving forward, the petrified limo driver did what any normal person would do in this situation. Drive backwards? The reverse police chase went on for another few minutes before the driver backed into a tree.
Oh, I'm about to say, shit, he good though.
While most chases begin and end behind the wheel,
he got that motherfucker.
Robbers has a hidden skill up her sleeve that will help her make a sneaky getaway.
Parkour.
Hitting speeds of 95 miles an hour through residential streets, the duo's luck had seemingly run out. Unable to shake the cops, they ditched the car in a back alley.
You know what? It's like I like looking at this stuff because I always learn from other people's mistakes. So if I did want to try this shit, I see what other people go through. I'm like, nah, I don't like them chances. For real, like, I don't like taking risks, knowing that it's gonna be a 95% chance that I'm gonna get caught. Especially if I'm with somebody, I keep my mouth closed. This person over here talking and shit. What the fuck? Why is you talking for? Keep your mouth closed. Let's get a lawyer. I'm glad I stayed out the way when I was. I'm glad I stayed out the way, man. I did some shit, but at the same time, it was no life sentencing type of shit though. I never had them intentions. I just wanted money and women. That's it. Money, clothes, and women. That's all I wanted when I was in my 20s. Even in my teens. I can't do this shit. It's too much. I'm a hustler. I hustle a different way.
And made a run for it. After scaling a fence and leaping from building to building, it's pretty clear she isn't just a petty crook. She's a parkour pro.
Parkour.
That's not good for the roof.
Unlucky for her, though. The eyes in the sky captured her every leap, resulting in the pair being cornered on the roof of a shed.
And that's another thing too. That eye in the sky. Once that helicopter in the sky, that is it. You got to be on your A game just to get away from the helicopter. But it's so hard. Trying to escape is like it's like once you're on the run, you gotta find a way to hit another country, because if you stay in if you stay in the United States, you're gonna have to do some type of altering for you to be able to live a normal life without getting caught. Someday.
At least they got one last romantic hug.
Oh, there we go.
They got one last romantic hug.
Oh, there we go.
What's the best getaway vehicle you can think
Might as well
of?
get in right
Bugatti,
quick.
Lamborghini. Well, what about one that police are too terrified to follow?
I was about to say, all you gotta do, go behind that bush, get in for at least get 3-5 minutes in, because you're gonna be in there for a long time, bro.
This
California
criminal
don't
had the
play.
genius idea of stealing the world's most unfollowable ride, a fully loaded lumber truck. At first, the
Why would you do
truck-stealing
that?
criminal was a local hero, even getting high fives from enthusiastic onlookers.
That one guy, he just gave him a high five. Unbelievable.
But things became heated when sparks from an exposed wheel rim caused the lumber to ignite, engulfing the rear of the truck in flames. With toxic smoke and a flaming car.
I wonder what's his reason for doing it. Doing it just to be doing it, or he thought, you know, if I still wanted these trucks, somebody could hook me up with some because of the lumber and stuff, and end up getting, I don't know, try to do some Grand Theft Auto shit.
Cargo that frequently spilled onto the road, police had to wait for their moment. Thankfully, they got their chance, and a lucky shot from an officer would be the undoing of this car chase from hell.
Hey, look, you can see one running up to the cab there. No, I think he's firing.
This dude has played
Did he die?
way too much to...
No, I think he's firing.
Hell.
Hey, look.
He's
And a lucky shot from an officer would be the undoing
lucky
of
shot.
this car chase from hell.
Oh, he killed
One
him.
running up to the cab there. No, I think he's firing.
This dude has played way too much Tony Hawk and not enough GTA. After crashing his car, this guy grabs the next best mode of transportation he can find, a longboard. The only problem is he isn't great at riding it.
What?
And in no time at all, cops and a good Samaritan have him cornered and cuffed.
I can tell you
While
going
this
down the
citizen
hill,
may have held
all
him
undercover.
under
Oh!
justice, sometimes
Almost
you end up
crushed his
helping him
ass.
escape. When this stolen Ford Mustang ran out of gas on the freeway, the criminal behind the wheel thought his days were numbered. Pushing the car onto the off-ramp, he was joined by a friendly stranger who just wanted to lend a hand. Oh, is that sweet? Aiding and abetting. Maybe if he knew the cops were on the way, he wouldn't have been so generous. After a few minutes pushing uphill, the shirtless criminal decides he's had enough, running away and making a beeline for 7-Eleven instead. I wonder if he even said thank you. This guy's either the coolest criminal ever, or the police department need...
Do we even know that the eye in the sky is looking at him? I don't know.
some serious funding. After officers called off a pursuit due to excessive speed, this guy simply parked his car and walked away as though nothing ever happened. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we found the real-life Trevor Phillips. It's not every day police have to chase down a stolen forklift through suburban streets, especially one driven by a 12-year-old kid. For over an hour, this preteen badass led cops on a wild goose chase through Michigan.
He whipping that joint
Legend
though.
has it, he's still driving. From someone who takes 3 attempts just to back into a parking space, I don't like my...
Alright, that's the end of the video right there. That was a cool video. I like that one. Little badass kids stealing cars. People stealing lumber trucks. Stretching limousines. Driving backwards. Play way too much GTA. But if you made it to the end of the video, thank you for watching. Please like the videos. Subscribe if you're new. And just help me get to just help me get my subscriber count to at least 1,000. I want to be subscribed real bad, man, because I really want to start doing more. I want to start doing vlogs and all that, you know, taking trips to different places and just living the type of lifestyle that, you know, free from a 9-to-5. I don't like 9-to-5s. I just want to invest. You know what? I'm about to call that out. Thank you for watching. Peace.